Are you supposed to do that?
I don't know. I mean, we haven't done this before, so...
Yeah, but you're supposed to be like the producer over there. When we go live, you're supposed to point your finger at me, so I'm supposed
Well, yeah, but I'm waiting for confirmation here. Okay, here's your finger wave. There's the finger wave.
I've been down so many times, it looks up. I've been wrong so many times, it seems right. I hope y'all are out there. Y'all are missing a great tune by a fabulous singer. Ah, are you shitting me? Couldn't carry a tune in a bucket. I don't know. Nothing's coming up on my screen.
We're waiting for it.
All right. Does it say we're live?
Yeah, it says we're live. We're just waiting for those people to come in.
Ain't no people. Nobody wants to watch our shit. That's what it is. Why would they want to tune into this? I'm waiting, people. I'm looking over here at my screen, waiting for a voice to come out of the blue. And but this is going to be it, baby. This is the first test run.
There we go.
Of what I don't see nothing.
Yeah, you got first comment by Suds Over Spill.
Suds Over Spill. Elio, bro. Hey, and Journeyman showing up. Chuck Derby. Now we're starting to get a crank. Y'all, just a beautiful rendition of a beautiful song. I just sang it right there. I can't do it twice, so I don't have a voice for it. From Canada, Raymond Kagan. Thank y'all for showing up. This is going to be a new thing. I don't look as pretty there because I got headphones on. But let me see. I'm going to pull one ear off there because I'm calling this the Blue Dot Family Reunion. It's going to be a new thing I'm going to do where I'm going to be able to reach out and talk to Blue Dot family members. We have the first people on tonight that we're going to enjoy a conversation with. And we're going to try to reach out to as many Blue Dot family members as want to get on the air. We haven't got the video part of this thing figured out, but what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 guests tonight. First one is Mr. Joe Riddle from the New News. Joe started over there at JBS, the Blue Dot family, and then spurred off on and made his own page. He's doing great over there. And then later on, I'm going to be talking to Leo Sahaki, the Biker Wisdom dude, and Andy Paguda, the filthy mouth liberal. And but first up, I'm on the phone right now. Joe Riddle is not on Skype, so he is. We got the phone up here next to the microphone. Are you there, Joe?
I'm here, John Riddle. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad to have you on here as the first guest, I guess they call it, on the Blue Dot Family Reunion. And I'm going to try to make this a regular thing, and next time maybe we'll have you hooked up on Skype so you can join the whole conversation.
That sounds good, man.
Well, you're up in Cincinnati, right, Joe?
That's right, Cincinnati, Ohio.
A little cold up there, Joe?
It's chilly right now, John. It's about 34 degrees outside tonight, but that's a lot warmer than it was yesterday. Yesterday was like 10 for the overnight last night, so
wow.
30 is welcomed.
Well, Joe, down here that would be freezing.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm jealous of the weather you guys get in touch.
Well, we've been cold down here. We've got down to I woke up this morning to 37 degrees. So that little that front pulled through here too. Of course, now I think in a few days here we're supposed to hit 80 again. So I'm happy to do that. You know.
I'll tell you what, man. This Chinese folks can quit blowing anytime now.
I'm telling you, I've talked to a lot of people that are up north and whatnot, and in the cold weather up there. I'll tell you, I keep forgetting I'm on camera. I'm not even looking over there. I'm sitting there talking to you, Joe. I got to figure this all out. But I want to make this a regular to where we can get in good conversations. If we can get it hooked up later on, where we're all on video. That would even be greater, but right now it's going to be a matter of we're going to be having conversations by way of Skype here on YouTube or on Facebook, going live there either, and reach out to, like I said, a lot of Blue Dots because we've grown this family. Look at over there on the John Riddle Speaks Blue Dot family page. Joe, y'all did a fantastic job.
10,000 people. 10,000 people on the fan page, John. And I got to give a big shout out to Candy and Monica and Carrie and Matilda and Kat, who's no longer with us on the page, but all of those ladies worked their butts off to build that John Riddle Speaks page up.
I'm telling you, I'm very thankful for all the work they did. I'm especially a little bit jealous of Candy Guidry every Wednesday for some reason. She posts that picture of that margarita, and every time she does, I look right there and go, I just love that girl. She's faithful to her religion. So that's right. So, well, Joe, I wanted to start off with you. I got Andy and Leo on the hook here, hanging on, waiting. But I wanted to come to you first because I know you started the new news over there, and you're spreading your voice, and that's what's the most important thing about this whole damn thing, Joe, is reaching out and trying to get the message out and to motivate as many people as we can to. I got to turn the screen here a little bit so my son I can still see it.
That's good. That's good.
And we've already had an impact, John. Like that blue wave. Like I am absolutely convinced wholeheartedly that blue wave that swept across this country in November. It's due to folks speaking up and getting the message out. And so I'm very happy to be in the same circle with folks like Leo Sahaki, who's working Biker Wisdom, and Andy Pagoda over at Filthy Mouth Liberal, and yourself, of course. And yeah, my page is called The New News, and I like to bring everybody together there as much as possible because my little tagline is that we are all in this together.
We are all in this together. I know your tagline, baby. We're all in this together, and if that ain't the truth, nothing is, baby, because this is our country, and if we don't fix this shit, nobody is.
That's right.
But we're gonna get this rolling. I'm gonna say goodbye to you now, but tell everybody where they can find you.
The Facebook page is The New News, and then we're also on Twitter. It's The New News. It's at The New News 5, like the number 5 on Twitter.
Cool.
So those are our 2 spots right now.
Well, outstanding. Joe, keep spreading the word, baby. Keep pushing that message out there.
Resist and persist, John. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, you take care.
Peace.
All right, bye. I am so happy that Joe has worked hard on his new news page and has worked hard in spreading his message. He comes on live and speaks his mind and tells you what he thinks going on. And that's nothing different than what I'm doing right now. It's the way I started this stuff, but I like pushing this on, so what do you say? I got Travis right here. Say hello, Travis.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Can they see you?
If I do this...
All right, do that. So I'm not the only one on there. Look at that pretty face. Well, he ain't as pretty as me. But...
No.
All right, I got 2 more guests tonight. We got Leo Sahaki from Biker Wisdom and Andy Pagoda from Filthy Mouth Liberal. Y'all there?
Hang on, and let me bring him in.
Bring him into the conversation. In the meantime, I could get to say hello to Colleen Collins, Donna Bonacosi. How y'all doing? Randall Carmen. Randy, how you doing, buddy?
Okay, they should be in now.
Are y'all in?
I'm trying to be.
I'm on.
That's Leo Sahaki, it sounds like. How about you, Andy? You there?
I'm right here, big guy.
Oh, look
Andy's
at us.
here.
We've
been having a good over here while you guys were off talking with Joe.
Did that come in all right? Are y'all watching?
Yeah.
I can't even see me. Do I look pretty?
Yeah, you look fine.
No, I can't see you.
Oh.
Hey, I don't have video either, but I can hear you.
Oh, well, I'll tell you right up front. I'm pretty.
Pretty.
Pretty as a mud fence, baby. Pretty as a mud fence. So,
I wasn't even going to try to go there.
Well, I'm glad we finally got some way to sit out here and communicate with each other.
If that's what you call it.
Well, we're doing our best, baby.
Yeah, we are, man. We certainly are.
Professionals at this. We just all got a hair up our butt. Well, I don't know, Andy. Are you professional at this? Because you sure do look like it and sound like it.
I've never been a professional at anything in my life.
Me neither.
I just snowballed them and they paid me for all that shit.
That's it. What's that
I
old saying? You can't
now
dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit.
But there's some like shit.
That's what Dad always told me. Leo's burning incense over there. You see all that stuff going around over there.
Is that what Leo's burning?
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah. Well, you know, like they say, bro, pass it around. Well, I hope it smells good.
Yeah, it's an interesting. It's somewhere between I don't know, tea tree oil and sage, and maybe all of that while it's burning.
My wife's got a bunch of those things, little sticks there. She lights and it smokes. Is that what you're talking about?
No, John, that's not what I'm talking
Well, it has the word Thai. I think it was Thai stick. I don't know. It's some kind of stick that she burns.
There you go.
She burns out there. Her and Miss Deborah, she's a close friend of ours, comes over all the time. Her and Marcia are always big on those little sticks that burn there, little incense sticks. I am so glad y'all are on air. First off, I want to say thank you to both of you for using your voice in the way that you do, especially turning on the camera. It's not an easy thing to do.
Not when you're this ugly.
That's right. When you look like us, well, when you get to a certain point, you just flip on the camera because it can't get no worse. So
Y'all make me feel guilty now because I made my living going out there and putting myself in front of people. So stop it now. That ugly, y'all are doing good.
That's right. You were recently in a play, weren't you, Leo?
Oh, yeah, that shit happens every now and then.
If I had cool shades like Leo has, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But all I have is my whatever they call these things they put on my face. And
I hate to tell you this, man, but these really are reader sunglasses. I'm not kidding.
If I had Leo's bike, I wouldn't be here.
Well, yeah,
I'd be gone somewhere down the highway somewhere. Y'all
Daddy,
can't.
John, no. I'll stop you for a minute here, John.
Yes, sir.
You just both of us for our voices, buddy. You are Yoda. You're who brought us to this shit. You're who
Not
we listen to. Yes, we are not.
we're not worthy.
I
By the
just got lucky.
and I can see each other. We can't see you, but we can see each other.
Well,
That's a hell of a sight, too.
I never thought I'd see the day where I'd be on camera. And it's still something. Well, it's easier because, when I do my show, I'm out there in my shop. There ain't nobody around. There ain't nobody around for a while. I'm just out there by myself, and I just pretend the camera's just looking at me because I record. Now, when I go live, that's something else.
The beautiful thing about all of this, John, is we've, and you have been the main instrument in the development of all of this. This great, big, wonderful family has developed out of your efforts and out of everything that everybody's doing, and we have combined all this, and we've become one great, big, unstoppable force that will challenge anyone.
Those blue dots turned into a blue wave, buddy. We really did.
You bet your sweet.
I'm real proud of the numbers that we have, and not only that, but the reach that we have around the world, and it just warms your heart. I hate to take too much credit, huh?
I said it warms your heart and blows you away. When I look at some of the places, New Zealand and the UK and everything else, it's like, goddamn, guys, we ain't nobody. We just.
I got beer. I got beer from the Netherlands.
I know.
I can't get beer from a freaking 7-Eleven half the week.
I have been so lucky. So many of our Blue Dot family members, I know a lot of them are listening out here tonight, have been so kind to us to send us so many gifts. Now, the people at home can see me. I've got the pet board. It's right there. Oh, didn't that sound good? Yeah.
I forgot.
The shoulders are in great shape, ain't they?
What the hell are you talking about?
Can you see it? A shelf up here where we can put some of the knickknacks we've got and stuff. And
I'm gonna pull this video up on the other computer over here next, and I can see.
I can't see me. Normally, when I do my show, I can see me in the computer, and I think, oh Lord.
How do you spell YouTube?
That's a capital U.
No, it's not. Don't be spreading misinformation.
Oh shit! You ain't no fun. Linda Calabrero, Donna Gaston, Jazzy Babe, Dennis Valadez. I'm glad you're here, buddy. Dennis is he joins us on Discord every time I do my show. Dennis listens live. He's up in San Antonio, Texas. and he also joins us on Bob Kincaid's show, the Friday on the Front Porch with Bob Kincaid. Dennis was just there last night. And so I'm glad you're out there, baby. We got a lot of blue dots here. And I'm just so tickled to death. That's what I love, is to see the even Kathy Larkin is on right now, or she's out there.
Kathy, you're on there. Hello, you hard-working woman, you.
Yes,
Hi, Kathy.
Kathy's going to be on the Tim Cormall show tomorrow. Both Candy and I will be a guest on that show, so that'd be cool. I always like visiting with Kathy. I just talked to her on the phone just a little while ago, and I told her that she's definitely going to be, we want to make this a constant thing where we can reach out and talk to our Blue Dot family members, because everybody. It's one thing to sit down there and make the comments, but if we promise not to put you on the camera, baby, turn that microphone on and say hello to the family.
You might want to see Britovo, but you don't want to see me and Leo. You really don't want to see that.
I see y'all all the time. I see y'all
now,
all the
wait a
time.
minute. Now, hold up. I got no problem with being
Leo's
seen,
the
Andy.
only one with the cool look. He's
If you really
got that.
want something, come to the house. I'll get you some barbecue, and I will cover it with some of Andy Pagoda's goddamn barbecue sauce
Food
recipe.
porn. That's what
Bob
My
Bob
man.
says, food porn. We're talking about food porn now.
Yeah.
Bob Kincaid just last night I was on his show. He sent me a recipe for a curry, a very hot curry, and we were talking about we were both going to make the curry, and it's supposed to be super hot, and then we want to turn on our cameras, go live, and take a bite, and so you can imagine how hot that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But,
Now, you may not have the camera on the next morning when I end up in the bathroom. That's the one place you're not.
Eat a little ice cream. That's what I always say. Right after this, eat a little ice cream. Sit on that pot and just say, "Come on, ice cream."
I gotta tell you, ain't that what we got in this country right now? We got this situation where we're looking to sit on some ice cream, but holy hell, the fire's coming at us.
Fire is just burning out of us. But I'm telling you, I think it's going to start picking up. It's going to really be a hell of an entertainment here pretty soon. Ain't gonna be no short of shit for us to talk about.
No, that's true. Every day.
We'll have plenty of work to keep us busy for sure.
I wanted to ask y'all, who do you think's gonna go? Who's gonna get indicted first? Donnie Jr. or Ivanka?
Now, Donnie Jr.
Donnie Jr.
Yeah, it's got. I'm sorry, it's got to be Junior.
I think it's gonna come up pretty soon.
Now, Jared ain't too far behind. Jared ain't too far behind at all, because goddamn, that little fucker's been his hands have been in every.
I'm telling you, that look, he's in up to his eyeballs. I think you're going to find him with the bank that Deutsche Bank and the Bank of Cyprus. I think
Exactly. It ain't just him. It's his whole damn family, which is all now intertwined with the Trump family, and that money is all coming out of. It looks like it's all either Saudi Arabia or Russia, and it's the same people time after fucking time.
Yeah. It looks like it might be both of them somehow or another.
I think it's both. Well, I'm talking about the Trumps. If there's money, they smell it, baby. They'll roll over and do whatever they have to do for whoever's got the money. So yeah, Saudi Arabia's tangled up, and Russia, and we're lucky if that's all.
Hey, John, listen up to a person with some tech knowledge on this. Could you pull that mic a little closer to you?
Yeah, are you having trouble hearing me?
Yeah, for some reason you're just not coming in tonight. So yeah, pull the mic
a little bit in the barrel, John.
Just pull it up closer.
And if it starts to overdrive, throw a sock over it.
Throw a sock over it. How's that? Is that any better?
Yeah.
We've all done that.
Toward you too.
I can't bend it this.
I can't tell you how many times I've talked into a sock in the last 40 years. I really don't want to go there, but I'll do it.
Let's get back to Junior and Jared. And did you see that shit coming out of daughter's mouth the other day about she is not at all scared about what's coming from Mueller?
Yeah, that's I heard that. I heard that. I'm not afraid at all. Are you shitting me? Don't lie.
Yeah.
Lady. You know you're scared. You know what you did. She knows what she did. Junior knows what he did.
Well, when you're boning daddy, maybe you think you're a little bit more secure.
There you
than
go.
everyone else.
That goes all the way back. The first time I remember it was he was on Howard Stern's show when he made that comment. When he said his daughter was a piece of ass. You know, I listened to that live right there. Are you shitting me, buddy? You ain't got much respect for your daughter. So
I'm ratting my boy out here. Y'all can't see what's on our cameras.
Uh-oh.
He wrote a goddamn sign that says, "Does he want to see my tits?"
Boy, howdy. What? Are you working at there, Leo, or what's up, buddy?
Anyway, goddamn side railing the thing.
Boy, howdy.
You guys have to remember, I've been doing this TV thing for years. I have a face for radio, but I've done a little TV, so I figured out how to get that done.
Thank you very much.
Oh, look here. I think I can see y'all.
I'm reading them on YouTube for live now. Ivanka peed what? Hold on. Type that again. I missed something there. Ivanka peed a little when Mueller was mentioned.
Yeah, I bet she did. I bet she did. I bet she had to go. I bet they all pee a little bit when they hear his name. And they're going to start hearing a lot better. Leo, I can see you, and Andy, I can see you both now.
But no one can see us on the stream right now, right?
Not yet. No.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Which stream are we talking about? Are we talking about what we're talking about here, or are we talking about the stream from Ivanka having a peel?
Well, one stream or the other. No, I guess you're not showing up on the YouTube.
I'm going to try something here, so everybody bear with me.
Okay.
Oh, God. Travis is going to kill us all right now.
If you feel a little shock through your keyboard, don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
I'm watching the YouTube live over here.
Oh, look at Leo drinking beer over there, man. Look at her. I'm on tea, Leo. I'm having a drink tea, buddy. I ain't got a beer. And my big house bourbon is all the way down in my shop. Oh, look at you. Look at you.
Oh, look at you.
He's 3 down. Son of a gun. Boy, howdy. This is the way it's going to work.
All right, you guys want to do this? I'll be back.
Wait. Oh, shit. Now he done went up to get him something to drink. Am I going to have to go get a jug of moonshine? Oh, Leo, what are you doing, buddy?
I'm not going to drink anything.
Shit. Look at that shit. I hope they can see him on. Somebody called a fire. There's a lot of smoke.
John, that's tobacco. You know that.
I know
marijuana
it. I know it, buddy.
Legal in Tennessee. That's tobacco, my friend.
That's what I
said. Of course it is.
It's an interesting pipe that I'm smoking it in.
That's right.
Y'all are going to be in the top left corner.
Oh, God!
Are they going to be on YouTube?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We got video on y'all on YouTube Live.
Hey, guys. I don't see it yet.
Look at her.
That would actually be a cigar.
That'd be a big ass blunt.
Andy. Wait, whoa.
Labrador?
It is a
Labrador. Yeah, that's what it is.
I had to spark it up. John, hold up just a minute. Andy, you look like a movie star. You know what you look like right now? Go ahead. You know what you look like? Lassie taking a shit.
Laffy taking a shit.
That's about right.
Ah, crap.
Had to, man. Had to.
Boy, howdy shit. This is going to work out good. I like this. This is going to work out good.
Now, we're supposed to be talking about that asshole in our house.
Well, you know, this is the first run on this. This is the first family reunion. We can talk about anything we want. There's plenty to talk about that asshole.
I'm having a good laugh here in Tennessee because I posted the wallet, the impeach Trump wallet, on a couple of the marketplace boards here. And I got into this big-ass long debate with some really stupid fucking, just dumbass rednecks who started
y'all got some of them up there in Tennessee?
Welcome to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they started going on. And I never did anything but reply with questions for the most part. And every damn time they shut down.
Who's that? Is that Andy talking or is that Leo? Y'all were breaking up there for a second. I was look at that big puff.
Yeah,
That big. It's
Andy,
fog.
I still moving.
There's fog
John
over there in
Rose,
Tennessee. Y'all be
Andy.
careful out there on the roads in Tennessee.
Maybe
Obviously
this turd in
there's
my
a big
mouth is
fog.
stopping me. I don't know.
Oh, and Andy's got that. Well, my pipe's all the way down in my shop. Boy, howdy. All
John,
right.
your camera has frozen entirely.
We
no,
need to
it's
see-
moving again.
Oh, am I frozen?
We've been, I can't watch the stream from here because I'm trying to conserve bandwidth, but our signal is dipping in the red every now and then.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, it's my Wi-Fi. You know, I live down in the valley, got a big old tower on top of my house, and I'll be lucky if a butterfly don't fly between me and that antenna.
I think we should send John a pipe.
I do too, but I think it should be one that's got a lot of internet connection in it.
Yeah.
Can you hear us still?
If you're going to send me a pipe, make sure it's loaded. Load that
All right,
sucker.
no problem.
Stop being selfish. I would love to have better internet. Are you kidding
Yes.
me?
Brad,
If you can put that in a pipe, please send it
You
over.
got to get better tech going. As soon as you get better tech going, you get your own sent to you.
Yeah, there you go. I got a small company. It's called G-Tech. They run out of Portland, Texas, and I'm lucky to have it because, like I say, I'm down in the valley. But they keep telling me I have to pay for a higher bandwidth. Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, I mean, get the more
Oh yeah,
you
that's
get
streaming.
better
It's streaming your access to the internet. It's
How
it's
many
really
blocks does it take to get this bandwidth?
What's that, Andy?
I said, how many broads does it take to get this bandwidth?
Really? I can only afford one, buddy. That's.
I mean, beyond that, John, this is all I have. I mean,
Yeah,
really, if you
that's
think about it, that's all I got.
That's
He
what.
wants to tell you.
That's. We might have to go
It's
back
Saturday
to that.
night, man. What do you guys expect?
No
Gee whiz.
shit. It is Saturday night, and Jazzy Babe knows.
I don't know if I got any dollar bills here. I'm about ready to throw them at Andy just to get him to stop that shit.
I got to make a living.
There you go.
I'm going to college, Leo. I'm trying to pay for school, man.
You're trying to pay for your way through
Yeah.
college.
Whoa. Do y'all get those goddamn robocalls about redoing your student loans?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
God.
somebody who has a lot of goddamn student loans. I
I've been
don't
paying
like
mine for 37 years. I haven't got it paid off yet.
You'll never get it paid off. That's the way they got it set up. You're going to pay it until you die if they have student loans nowadays. I do.
And-
I that's one of the
Get
things
pissed.
that
We shouldn't have to.
that's one of the things I agree with is that public college ought to be free for our young, because your taxes are already paying for that. I
Bingo.
pay taxes, your school taxes, every damn other tax you pay. You're already paying for that school, and I just think it ought to be a guaranteed right to go to college, just the same as it is for high school. It's the requirement nowadays to have an education to get a good job.
You can't get a decent job without a decent education.
Yeah.
And you can't get a decent education without a decent paycheck,
And
which is
if
freaking
it
pathetic.
is requisite, then that makes it a human right.
Agree.
If we want a better society, if we want a better world to live in, that's what, they keep, did y'all see Bill Maher last night?
I did
did.
not.
Oh, he on his the last word he always does there.
You're gonna make me take notes, John Britovo.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I'd never miss that old boy, Bill Maher. But last night he hit the nail on the head. It's what I've said before. The Republican Party is what it has become since Ronald Reagan entered it, back in the 80s. The Republican Party has just gone downhill as far as I'm concerned. They've turned into a den of thieves, a con men, and just,
It's all about the dollar.
I
it
got
is.
all about economics right here.
Yeah.
This whole survival of the fittest thing is real good until you start realizing that you didn't get to the top of that chain without all of those people under you fucking protecting you. And if you don't care about them, they ain't gonna protect you no more.
That's your sweet Bippy. You're right about that.
Well,
Yeah.
they keep bitching about, they're using that word socialist like it's a bad thing. A democratic society is what we live in anyway. You know, it's how we ended up with hospital, roads, schools, everything else that we have in this country.
Are you driving on public fucking roads?
Yeah.
Is your garbage getting picked up?
Yep.
Do you have
That's socialism, baby. We all pay in to have
That is absolutely socialism. Yes.
Yes. And Social Security is the biggest example of socialism right there. You pay into it. Of course, now they call it an entitlement. They really try to use that Social Security like it's some kind of charity they're giving you. Damn it, you paid into that shit your whole life.
My money.
They owe us a whole lot more than what they're paying back. My wife, Marcia, just did the math on it. There was some story in, I think we'd be getting back $6,000 something a month with what we put into Social Security. And if it was in a simple interest drawing account, you know, we'd be all a lot better off.
That's where we straighten them out. That's where we stand up and say, hold on, folks, you are not doing well enough at this. I don't have a problem with that level of capitalism, trying to find the better way to do it. But sometimes that requires a committee. The people who sit there and think immediately, because everyone wants it, it must be something given. No, we work for this shit. All of us.
All of us have.
Well, and, where I think we're failing, or where I think they are failing at this point, is along with the capitalism, they're bringing religion and they're bringing any number of other things in on it that they believe, and it totally fucks up everything. Not that religion is a bad thing. It certainly is not by any stretch of the imagination. It's not a bad thing. But when you use it,
when it's perverted for the wrong use.
Exactly. And that's the correct word, John, perverted.
That's the way I look at it, because if you look at any, you know, the whole movement behind a religion is well, for us, it's like peace on earth, goodwill towards man, do unto others as you know, all the cliches that you've ever heard in your life. You know, that's, if you practice that, well, I'll put it this way. Y'all know I'm not a very religious man, but I've always said this to my kids. I have lived a life as best I can. If there's a God up there and I stand in front of him, I will stand on what I've done. The worst he's got me for is blasphemy, and there ain't nothing I can do about that.
That's all you're responsible for.
That's it. They got me for blasphemy, man. I can't get out of that.
Go beyond that. If you are going to go into the theology of it, as a lot of the liars on the right are saying they're doing, if you are going to go into the theology of it, especially if you're going to go into New Testament theology, which is Christianity, Jesus Christ, born.
That's a New Testament. That's after God went to anger management school.
And there are even little things in there to switch over and say, okay, everything now in the New Testament negates, or at least is superior to that of the Old Testament. One verse is all it takes, and they will not fucking hear it. Well, that verse being asked, Rabbi, what is the most important commandment of them all? Response: love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Stop. I understand where the atheists, the agnostics run into a problem. I understand that wall. I get it. And I am not saying that it is insignificant, nor am I saying that it is wrong. But picking it up from there, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Well, now see right there, if we could all do that, we wouldn't have any trouble. We wouldn't have the turmoil that we have in this country or anywhere else in this world. If people lived that, that's the problem, though, is that I find with religion. And I just had a friend, one of our family members, reach out to me and reminded me that if I dumped all this on the Lord, but if I have to go into the explanation of why I feel like I do, I don't offend anybody else's religion. Everybody has a right to their own religion, and like y'all say, if you live it, well, then the world's a great place and everything will be fine. But if you try to judge others based on what you believe the good book says or whatever book you're reading, that's where it goes off the charts. That's where you're going to have problems. And I don't know. How did we go on this religion shit anyway? I don't.
To be fair, though,
I'm not
What?
quite sure how we got here either, but it's worth discussing to a certain extent.
Oh,
But
it is.
the problem that we're having is that all that is being brought into politics. And there is a
Yeah.
clear separation.
Well, that's
Yes, sir.
and that's the clear separation of church and state. And again, there we go right back to Ronnie Reagan. He's the one that first introduced bringing religion into the politics. And since then, it's just been a mad rush to. But, you know, I've lost it all with this moral majority shit that they used to have. I just don't. Since how can you even claim to be moral and support this man in the White House right now? You know, everything that you've ever told me that you were as a good Christian and this is the way you should live your life, and then you turn around and support that man? I just can't go there. I just don't believe everything you've told me up to this point. That, you know, it's
A lot of us fooled back then, John. You got to remember that. A lot of us were fooled back then. I am from the theater. I saw people that had influence from their looks, their presence, what they could put out there, and I was impressed by them. I was young and inexperienced.
Right.
I see what they were looking. He did put forth a good front. Now, after a while, it took me, George Sr., to understand this. It took me our first forays into Iraq and why we were there to understand this. But all there, some of us, like you, understood back then. You were involved in a whole different side of what was going on here than what I was. I was working on cars and then found out, wait a minute, I've got this thing for acting, and went into theater. So
Wow,
I
that's
missed a
pretty
lot.
cool.
Now we're catching up.
Well, my life, I don't know where to start with mine. I'm not ashamed of the fact that I made a mistake when I was young. I ended up in a place in Louisiana that was not a nice place. It was called Louisiana Training Institution for Boys. And as a matter of fact, just last night, my son's over there smiling and grinning.
I still haven't read that letter.
Oh, you'll have to read the
but
letter.
everybody has told me.
Let me tell you this cute. This will tell you. The letter that my son is talking about, we found last night in a drawer that my wife was cleaning out, and it's dated, I think, January 15th, 1968. And oh Lord, it is a letter to my parents that I wrote, and I was
John, to his parents.
I was profusely apologizing. Profusely, did I say profusely? I was doing it a lot, baby. Every other word was, "Daddy, I'm sorry." I had tried to escape, and took off, and I did not get far. And brought me back, and by virtue of trying to get away, well, you're going to be there a bit longer, and that's what happened to me. And right behind that letter was the letter that I was released on, and that was January 15th, 1969. So that was a year after I had tried to escape, and that I had eventually had gotten out. And that's when I told myself, baby, I ain't never going down that road again. And so I ended up in the Navy to go see the world, baby. It's not a job, it's an adventure. And
We've all been places we weren't proud of being, though.
Yes.
We've all been to those places, but now we're a little older and we're a little wiser, and we're in a better position to point people younger than us in the right direction. Is that Travis I see in the upper right corner?
I believe so.
Oh, hey, it's all.
I thought so. Hi, Travis.
That's my boy.
Got a lot
Back on.
going up like that. But Andy, to what you were saying, we were younger then. I know so much more now. And once we get there, it's just a matter. And now here's the thing. Remember how you felt back when you were in your 20s and all of a sudden all those synapses started firing? And then you started looking around and seeing what was controlling you and holding you back? these kids are there right now, and a lot of us are reluctant to jump on it. But
Well,
John,
no, I
other
think you hit on
news-
something here, Leo, because that's what I've tried to tell these people. It is the younger people that right now, those in their 20s, say later teens, early 20s, they are in the same position that we were in during Nixon, when Nixon was being impeached. During Watergate, it was us out in the street. We changed history then. That's what
we were
caused.
all fucked.
Yeah. Well, we all realized that the power of the people. As a matter of fact, wasn't that a song? Power to the people. No shit.
It was.
It was.
Power to
But it
people.
demonstrated the anti-Vietnam protests, the Watergate protests. It was the people in the street that finally forced those representatives in the state house and in the government to change the direction. First with Nixon going out, and then with the ending of the war in Vietnam. You know, it was the power of the people speaking that made that happen. If everybody would have stayed at home and just listened to the news all the time, none of that would have happened. It was that power that had made those events happen.
And let me take a moment while we're doing this.
Now it is again.
Yes. Go ahead, Andy.
Let me take a moment to thank those of you who went. I'll have to admit I'm considerably younger than both of you, but I want to thank you all for what you did, and I'm grateful for both of you.
Well, you know what I tell people when they say thank you for your
I'm a hell
service?
of a lot.
I tell them thank you for paying your taxes, because that's what paid my pay. Thank you for paying your taxes. I'm done shit off
I'm
the floor.
getting tax money now, so I can't say anything.
You want to know the truth about my military and finally getting out of it? But it will tell you how corrupt this government is. And I don't know if I ought to be saying this right now. I don't know if I was told not to when the time came.
Tread lightly now. Tread lightly.
We're talking right now. We have just fallen out of a nuclear missile treaty.
Yes.
That nuclear missile treaty was for intermediate range nuclear missiles.
You mean like the ones they might have down in Venezuela?
Shh, hold on just a minute. The ones we did have in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and a few other places were one of the first to go. I happen to know a lot about those. At the same time, I happen to, like many young people did, enjoy marijuana.
Oh.
But I've always been
Reefer
somewhat of a
madness.
capitalist. And I was the person that was talking to a lot of the people in our company about how that should probably be, I don't know, legal and kind of acting like it was, which would require a trip across the border occasionally. Do you have any fucking idea how hard it is to just get an ounce of weed or a pound of weed across that border? And now we have this son of a bitch using the military to try to stop a thing that doesn't even happen that way.
Nope. It
Mind-boggling. It
is. Well, the drug laws that we have in this country, the whole drug war. I remember Nixon standing on the podium up there and introduced the drug war. I remember that myself. And then I thought, are you shitting me? You ain't never going to get rid of something that Bubba could grow in his backyard. That's number one.
There was nothing to have a war
It's
against.
a weed. It's a god. They call it weed because it is a
weed.
fucking.
Yeah.
And but I understand now they're really working hard to take it off the Schedule 1 list so they can start doing tests on it. Are you shitting me? Gotta start testing
No,
it
it's
now.
so they can start using.
We've been
Go
having
ask
tests
your
on it
local
for
hippie. You don't need a
40, 50 fucking
test.
years.
No shit. Ask somebody who smoked it all their life. You can't, it's ridiculous. But eventually they'll have to have their store at, and they pay their taxes in cash. You don't think the city loves that? Here you go, bring in a stack of cash and put it on the table.
Of course they love it.
Oh, of course they love it. Cash is easy to manipulate. It's I don't know. It's mighty. Look at all that money went missing when we shipped a bunch of it over to Iraq by the pallet full. How much of that you reckon got there?
Oh,
anyway.
Legalization
How
needs
much
to
the
happen
pallet
because there's
for money?
more dangerous legal
I
shit
mean,
out there that you
fucking
can get.
money.
Yeah.
You know, like, remember when bath salts came out?
Yes.
And we heard that story on the radio where that guy freaking ripped his intestines out and started
Yes,
throwing it at
man.
police?
People were going nuts with
That's
that
called
shit.
legal weed.
Yes, yeah. Bath salts.
Let's just make it harder
Yeah.
to make lead.
You
or
can still
weed.
get that shit in North Carolina.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I always say you want to go attack the drug war. First stop better be the big farmer,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait a
because
minute.
that's where
They
the problem
shut
is.
that
It comes in a
down
little
for a
pill.
good reason.
You know.
Weed won't kill you. That shit would kill you.
Yeah.
Of course it would.
Yes.
It's killed many.
That was a good reason to shut that down.
You know, but you look at places like Portugal, and you know, Portugal's a poster child for their drug laws and stuff over there. You know, they treat it more like an illness on these harder drugs, you know, and everything else. Look at you, Leo. Look at big old puff of smoke going up there. You look like Cheech and Chong out there.
Ever
Incense.
lived with
It's
opiate
incense.
addicts?
It's incense.
That's right. But yeah.
Have either of you ever lived with an opiate addict?
I have not.
been with an
I
opiate
did,
addict.
however,
Never ever
almost
hope
become one.
that.
I'm thinking about working on it.
That's why I tolerated it as best I could. John, you ever
No,
in any way, shape, or form?
not opioids. My son's sitting right over here. What is shit? I went through the cocaine thing for a little while, but I look back at that.
Oh, I
as,
lost some. That don't count.
Oh, it
Completely
to
different
me, looking back, that did nothing for me, but and one, make me act stupid, and two,
Yeah.
Cocaine to me was always the only thing you got out of it. You snort some, and then it just gave you a desire to snort some more. Like you didn't get enough the
loved
first
it.
time, or
But,
But
I
here's
want
the
more.
deal. Here's the deal. I had a Ford F-250 4x4 lift kit, had a worn 8,000-pound winch on the front of it. This was my truck, baby. I live down here in South Texas. It's my fishing truck. Going to go down the island, go fishing.
What is it?
Well, I was going down Staples down there one day, drive down here in Corpus, and looked over to my left, and there was this nice little Porsche sitting out there on the street for sale at the car lot.
Oh no, I can only
yeah.
imagine.
Oh yeah, I just traded. I gotta have that. That's what I need, a Porsche. And I got rid of that truck, and bought that little car. And I swear I had fun in it. I had a great time in it. But right after that, my wife got pregnant for the first time, and Travis was born. And you can't put a car seat in the back of a Porsche. So
And now,
we had to get
Or
rid of the Porsche, and then we
yeah.
went into the family car thing and all that stuff. You know, kids, what are you gonna do? It's like an anchor with a diaper on it. You know, just like you ain't going nowhere.
I need to make that choice for you.
Yeah, no, I know.
Just saying.
Anchor.
We was happy. It took us 14 years to get him. It took us 14 years to get that one. So when he came along, we were pretty tickled. I was happy to give up the car and go buy what did we buy? A Pontiac something. Had a nice
That
back
rush
seat.
had a notch or two, didn't it?
Yeah. Who's getting
all
yelled
right, I
at?
just shut my dogs down, so I'm going to bring us back to where we were.
Where
John,
was we?
How did we get over here though? Yes.
Well, we were talking about, let's talk about the future. You still got a boy down there that impresses the shit out of me. One,
Which one?
your
You haven't
boy
seen him.
himself.
Who's that, Tyler?
We have an older guy out there trying to put his shit finally in there, and there's never been a time when it wasn't pretty damn good. And that would be Joe Biden and Beto O'Rourke.
Mm.
They haven't announced, but I got a feeling that's coming, and I got a feeling that it's coming within the next 2 weeks.
My wife
What-
and I were talking about that this morning, and we would love to see nothing more
Then Beto
than
and
Uncle
Biden.
Joe and Beto.
Yeah,
Experience and that exuberance of youth.
it would be a hell of a ticket, and I would be behind it 100%. You know, I've always liked
That-
Joe Biden. I think he's from Scranton, Pennsylvania, home of
Something.
yeah. Wait a minute.
Carrying 30,000 pounds.
Momentarily lost the name in my head. His first name Joey, lives up in Scranton, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Joe Santorsa. He's on the Tim Cormall show. He does the clown car. This guy's just terrific. If you ever listen to the Tim Cormall show and hear the clown car, well, that's Joe, and he does an excellent show up there. But,
I got 2 stacks over here. Things I have to look at, and things that I laugh. Well, actually, there's 3. There's the stack of shit that Andy and I were saying just in signs back and forth to each other.
Sign language over there. Sign language. Code.
He wants to show you his tits. He really does. But getting back to all of that, now I gotta take a damn.
Does anybody want to see my? Boy, howdy. Ain't no telling what kind of entertainment you're gonna find on this new venue, because I want to keep this going. We're going to reach out to Andy and Joe more. We're going to reach out to other Blue Dot family members, and there ain't no telling what's going to be talked about on this thing. But
is this what you expected?
Yeah, this is what I wanted.
I
wanted a conversation. I wanted.
There's the conversation.
Yeah, I wanted just a conversation. Each one of us, express our
Andy,
views on this
I'm explaining to
administration.
my wife what's going on, Leo.
All right.
She just got in from work.
Oh, well.
Hello.
Amy comes in the door and said, "What the hell are you doing?"
Well, you give
And
her
so I had
our
to explain all
condolences.
that.
Amy, bend down here so we can see your face, wave high, and say all that shit.
Come down here with me, Mama.
There
Just back
she
up in
is.
the camera.
Amy, hello.
First off, I want to give you my condolences for being married to him. I'm really, truly sorry, dear. We all get stuck. So.
Andy.
You got a good one there, baby.
Goddamn.
You got a good one. We're happy to.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, let me change it.
No. No. Do not do what you are doing, Andy Paguda.
What's
not
Andy
do
doing?
it.
Does
Is that better?
Does he?
No, I'm- Stop it now.
There you. Get them dollar bills handy, people.
We love this guy.
Ain't no telling. Ain't
You
no
know
telling.
With 100%. I got to crash soon, brothers. Thank you for this time.
Well, I appreciate you both. I guess we ought to wrap this up anyway.
Yeah, we got.
Perhaps
5
we'll
more minutes
accomplish a
till
little
an
more
hour,
next
so.
time.
Yeah, well, this is a taste. I'm glad y'all joined in, and this is what I want to start doing. This is the format we're going to use. It works out great. Everybody's on the camera. We get to see everybody.
Yeah, let's
John,
get some
with
commentary
what you
from the
just
chat,
said,
like,
everybody
how did
on the
everybody
camera,
like
when
this?
they asked
Yeah.
us, fuck no, I don't know who that was. It might have looked like me. I have no idea.
It looks like the chat was covered up just a minute ago, so I'm just now being able to look up at the chat. And I see Kathy Larkin still with us. Keith Thompson, how you doing, buddy? Semper Fi, my
And
friend.
I'm going to go Sahaki Who.
Oh, you're going to... Okay, Andy, we're going to let you go. I appreciate you coming on here, bub. And y'all remember to tune in to the Filthy Mouth Liberal, where you can find Andy all the time griping about this asshole that's in our house. And we appreciate Andy's voice. And that's what this is all about, is making sure the message gets spread. So, Andy, we really appreciate it, bud. And tell
All right,
everybody
John,
where they can
Leo,
find you.
guys take care.
Tell everybody where they can find you at, Andy.
Did we lose you? Filthy Mouth Liberal on Facebook, or filthymouthliberail.com. Or if you want to throw something in the mailbox, it's Post Office Box 645, Earl, North Carolina, 28038.
There you go, baby. Andy, we appreciate you, buddy. We'll be talking to you again soon.
Thank you so much, John. Leo, always a pleasure. You guys take care. Let's do it again real soon.
We will. We will
should do
indeed.
that. Thank you very much, Andy. John, you too, my friend.
Leo, well,
you
Michael
brought us
Wisdom,
here.
baby. Keep that shit going.
You know we will.
All right. Tell everybody where they can find you.
It's just my name's out there, but you can find Biker Wisdom if you put that on Facebook. It does come up to me just about every time now. Or Gray Ghost Leather. That's another thing I do.
I've seen
do you
your
like
work, baby.
Diesel?
It's really beautiful. I appreciate the color you sent us.
I love you, man. I got more coming to you.
Oh,
Anyway, y'all have a good night. And by the way, we're done with this. What do we got to do? Share that shit.
share that shit. That's what Leo says. Share that shit.
Let's do this.
All right, let's do this. And as Joe Riddle, we appreciate him tuning in. Joe Riddle, as he always says, we're all in this together. And so we all march forward together for each other. And that's the way this works. And that's the whole premise behind what I even opened my mouth for, was to let my anger out and try to encourage others to use their voice and to stand up for this country, baby. All them Republicans think they're the patriots. No, baby. That's us. We are the guardians of liberty. We are the ones that are going to stand up against this idiot that's in our house now. And I want to thank all y'all for tuning in. I'll get to see all the comments later. I had a great time. I think this format is going to work pretty good. And I'm looking forward to, I know I've got Karen Cormier, I've got Tammy Ames, I've got Donna Bonacosi, I've got people out there, Kathy Larkin, and other Blue Dots that we want to reach out to and get them on Skype, get them on the show, and have the same kind of conversation we had tonight. If it goes towards politics, that's great. If it goes towards religion, that's fine. If it goes towards, well, something silly, well, that's all right, too. That's what families do, and that's what they do at the reunions. So I guess with that note, I'm going to sign off. I love y'all to death. It's. I think I'm going to like this. I really do. It's just going to be a lot of fun. We want to say thank you to all our Patreon members, those that sign up. For $1 a month, baby, look at the entertainment you'd get for $1 a month. So go by our Patreon page, sign up. We appreciate those that donate to the show through PayPal, and the gifts that we receive. They mean so much to us. And so y'all take care, and like, share, subscribe. John Brittaville, Blue Dot in Texas on Facebook. I mean on YouTube. John Brittaville on Facebook. John Brittaville Speaks, Blue Dot Family. Go by there, visit Candy and them. They're always putting stuff out there to keep everybody informed and staying in the conversation. So on Twitter, at Blue Dot in Texas, out my truck window, and anywhere else we can get this message out. So, baby, tune in tomorrow on Tim Cormall. I'll be on there tomorrow with Kathy Larkin. It'll be fun. Y'all could look that up tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening. So with that, y'all have a good night, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.